Printed Rainbow, which was one of my first films, as I was as I was making the film, the film first appears to me and generally to animators as a series of images. And this series of images, for the convenience of storyboard, I was making it in black and white. And as I went along, I got a little bored with black and white, and I had a section in it in which the matchboxes come in. And for the storyboard, I decided, okay, I'm going to use some color because I've spent 3 or 4 months doing black and white. And so I introduced color in that part. And as I went along, I realized that the play between black and white and color it's used cinematically pretty often for flashback and another time. And I wanted to use it as a metaphor for the lack of color in somebody's life because she is older, she's lonely. And when she looks at her matchboxes, at her hobby, something that she loves to do, all the colors come back in. And in that, I made the colors very vibrant.
Gershwin, Rhapsody in Blue, has always been kind of like my soundtrack in a way in New York, since probably the first time that I saw, Manhattan from Woody Allen. It's always kind of like, resounded with what the city is, even more than like more modern, music and songs about New York. And I always wanted to just tell the story of the city through the entirety of that, track, that beautiful music. So basically, I decided to kind of like make it work. Originally the plan was to shoot every day for 1 year and then put everything together. But then I decided to actually tell the stories of 3 creative people working in New York City with 3 different, way of like a live life in general. And of course the filmmaker, it kind of like represents a lot of what I did, at the beginning in New York. So like, working 3-4 jobs in 1 day, because that's what New York is. In 20 minutes, you can go to like a different part of the city and do another job. So, I was like hustling, and trying to survive the city. But then in the end of the day, everything is worth it because the connection that you made and how much like passion it's around you, and all like, everyone is like looking for something, it's like reaching a goal in that city.
まず北海道とフロリダの雄大な自然、それからアイヌと、セミノールの、衣装の素晴らしさですよね。美しさがあると思います。この2作、他の監督たちのコメントにコントラストっていう表現が使われてたと思うんですけれども、この2作もフューチャーイズマインもストーリーにおいてはですね、このコントラストがすごく美しさにつながってると思うんですよね。で、そのストーリーにおけるコントラストっていうのは何かっていうと、プリンティッドレインボーだったら色がつく前の白黒の世界は、すごく都会の中の静かな孤独な生活があるんですよね。ニューヨークラプソディの方は全編映像的には白黒なんですけども、キャラクターが輝く瞬間とそうじゃない時間がありますよね。で、このそうじゃない時間、ニューヨークラプソディだと例えば男性のミュージシャンが昼間仕事しながら音楽作ってましたけど、そういった時間とか、プリンティッドレインボーだと白黒の時間っていうところがあってこそのその後の輝く瞬間っていうのがすごく美しく見える。
This section is about beauty that you find in Japan. Gitanjali, have you ever visited Japan? And can you talk a little bit about your experience here and your engagement with beauty during your visit?
I had never seen a country like Japan before, and Tokyo. It was Seigo Tono taking me through the festival, meeting all the people, the architecture of the place, and the beauty of the details. This is something I love Japan for. Outside a restaurant in a building, you will see a very highly technologically superior building or a sculpture, which is very impressive. And when you enter that, you go down and you have your food and you have your sake and you have the chopsticks and the ceramic and the way the tea ceremony, it's exquisite. You do not give up one for the other. And I think this is very beautiful in Japan, which all our cultures need to learn, because for us, the modern, fast-moving world is so seductive that what you would like to do is give up on the details. And I admire Japan for this. I think this is the beauty which I look for, I feel inspired by.
I was there a few years ago. I was shooting a documentary series, and I was lucky enough because I got to visit Japan with local people guiding me. Basically, I didn't know where I was going every single day, and in I think it was a couple of weeks, I got to visit Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, Hiroshima. And I got to basically be on on the beautiful beaches sunset, looking at the Mount Fuji in the back, while on sunset with people like surfing in Hiroshima, and then I got to climb Mount Fuji. So, and I think Japan was blessed with a beautiful land. And nature is one of those aspects that definitely gives beauty to a country and happiness, because I put them together. I think beauty is what gives you happiness, and you can just feel it. It's not something that you can easily describe. But when you see beauty of nature, and Japan is definitely rich on that side, you're happy. You're automatically happy.
I've been to Japan a few times now, and it always takes my breath away. And when I reflect on the first time I went to Japan, it was like stepping into another world. I'll never forget my very first visit, and I'll never forget walking around Shinjuku on my own and just taking in this completely electric atmosphere. And what I love the most about Japan is that it has the old world and the new world in one place. You have cutting edge technology, you've got places like the virtual reality gaming place, which you can go on and be on a Mario go-kart ride in virtual reality. And then you can go to a beautiful tea house and have a traditional Japanese green tea, matcha tea, and be served with such beauty and grace. And it's unlike anywhere else I've been. And I can't wait to come back.
僕はもう日本の美といったら綺麗に握られたお寿司の横に冷えたビールが置いてあるって、もうこれがThis is Japanese beauty と思います。
That sums it up.
That sums it up. Thank you very much. Okay, nice comments from everyone.